Mr. Fisher will present you with the New Horizons Australia-India One-Day International Trophy.
Well, McGrath's got it right the first couple of balls. And inside edge down to Gillespie, who's playing for Australia. And India off and away. Middle of the bat for Sidhu. He'd be pleased with that. First over gone, 2 for none. Just before we went to the shot of him there, he just wants that organised behind the bowler's arm, and quite rightly so. There he is. He faces rifle. Down to square leg, look for 2, but McGrath. The end of a long second over, 5 for none. And he flays at that ball outside the off stump, and a trademark Tendulkar boundary, just short of a length, and the full face of the bat. Thank you very much. Rifle to Tendulkar. Cuts him, and 4 more. So the Indian champion has got a couple of boundaries, one through a flayed cover drive and one through a legitimate square cut.
Well, this is just the kind of pitch that might suit Tendulkar. The ball's coming onto the bat.
And the single here now easily. Perhaps the leg by. No. Bottom edge onto the thigh pad for Tendulkar. So India go to 15. To Tendulkar. Cuts him in front of point. Lovely shot. A big chase here for Hogg. The long boundary, 82 yards as Ravi Shashi described. And a long chase for Brad Hogg. And an easy 3. But a very good shot from Tendulkar in front of point.
That's right. When you don't spend too much time in the middle, you look for the ball, you try and reach for it.
And he's played that beautifully. The stand-up pull shot, and McGrath pays the penalty. And he can play across the line when it's a short ball. And what a way to end the over. India 22 for none. Down leg side and a boundary. Off the bat or off the pad, leg buys.
Flicking the pad on the way, but the man at fine leg is up in the circle. So once it beat the keeper, it was 4 runs all the way.
And flayed again, and Hogg dives over the ball at point, looking more like the Sydney Harbour Bridge than the fieldsman. And another boundary to India to end the over with. So a great start to the Indians, 30 for none. And wide, and split the gap. So boundaries coming pretty freely for the Indians, and the Australian bowlers giving too much width on the offside to both these men who are very good cutters.
He's got him away again. But there was enough hand on that ball inside the circle to prevent it from reaching the boundary, but Tendulkar still got 2. He's got it past the infield again. Ball's running away from the fielder. Oh, Sidhu was turning blind.
Well, wasn't that good fielding? That was brilliant fielding. I mean, both batsmen were thinking, well, this is going to be a tight, quick 2. But watch how he slides, Brad Hogg. Picks up and lets it go.
More like that. 50 comes up. He's got that away. Third man's too fine. That'll be 4. That's poor bowling by Gillespie. After 9 overs, 54 for no loss. Oh, he's played and gone for it. I think he's looking in trouble here, Navjot Sidhu. I think he's looking in trouble. That was a direct hit.
Oh, he's a goner. He's a goner. Well, I don't know what the third umpire's waiting about here. It's as clear as a bell. He's out. I think he's had a couple of rough decisions as well as of this Titan Cup.
They split the gap. Ball just pulling up inside as it just about doesn't get there. That was knocked back. but the batsmen run 4. Now that's a cruel thing if you're a fielder, because you've just done everything right. You've brought off a great save as Michael Slater. I don't think he quite dived at the right time. He's been very good in the field today as Brad Hogg. 46 from 42 balls with 7 fours. It's a big round, so probably get lots of 2s and 3s on this one. They're enjoying themselves. It's been a very, very good cricketing spectacle this today. He's got it. That'll go all the way. 50 to Sachin Tendulkar.
And there's a guy at mid-on, he's staying as far back as he can. He's in the circle. Oh, he's gone. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? Look at this. Whoa, he's going to plant him about 20 rows back if he could get to the pitch. He made up his mind to go far too early, and it was easy that for Australia. 75 for 2.
Like that one there.
Well, he really has peppered that offside field, Tendulkar, today. And he's done that again off that last delivery. 82 for 2 India.
Man out there. And he's holed out. And that will be a big disappointment to the Indian captain. From the way he looked at his bat, it's come off the toe of the bat. But it's not the mistiming that's the problem. It's the lack of thought in the shot. Oh! That brings up the 100 in the 20th over.
Just laps that behind. Should get a couple of runs here as McGrath does the chasing with Hogg. And it's the former with the ball in his hand. Oh, misfilled straight through the hands of Glenn McGrath. He looked at a bit of a bad bounce, but perhaps a bit of spin more than a bit of bad bounce. And 3 runs with a chance of a run out, but in. As it goes down and goes over the top, and has he got it well enough? He has. He beats Slater. 11 boundaries in the first 14 overs, and that's the first one for the subsequent 13 overs. War to continue. And lovely placement. Past the man at short cover. Long chase for Bevan. He does have a crook shoulder and finds it very hard to throw firmly from the outfield, but an easy 2 anyway. And plenty of time. 3 balls short outside off stump. 2 have been placed very well and giving Michael Bevan plenty of running to do. The 50 partnership and 7 from that Mark War over. A good one for India, 145 for 3. He's got something special about him. Stands up tall and pushes to Bevan again. In the air, lovely shot. The class player can do that. The on-drive over mid-on off the opening bowler is a class shot from a young, classy player. India 151 for 3 after 30.
And this gives you an idea of how pretty it looks from the air. Almost as pretty as it looks from ground level. Beautifully placed. Man just in front of square, another just behind. He's put it right in the gap.
So 1 shot of his 50. And that's it. Played away to long on. Fine innings by Mohammad Azharuddin. Beautifully timed by Rahul Dravid. This should get him his 50. This is as good a shot we've seen all day. David Hookes was saying it's a difficult shot to play, and he did play it there magnificently well. In the air and straight to the Australian captain. So just what Australia wanted, the wicket of Rahul Dravid. India losing their 4th wicket. He could have hit it anywhere, but just found the Australian captain.
Ay, ay, ay. 205 for 4.
To Azharuddin. Pulled away. This should be 4 runs. He's split the gap on the onside between long on and deep mid-wicket. This time he might just find the fielder in the deep. Yes, he does. Straight to Michael Slater, and India lose their 5th wicket.
Well, that's well placed. .225 for 5. And that's well placed, just short of the boundary. This time he gets there in the half volley, and it is a 6.
Got inside the line, came down inside, lovely footwork, and smacked it to the extra cover boundary.
This is a huge one. This has gone miles. It's almost come into the commentary box.
Well, there's a moment when I thought he hadn't quite got to the pitch of the ball, but he just went through with the shot, and that is a big 6.
And Mark Waugh has taken a very good catch there at the 2nd attempt. That was hit hard.
He went quite quickly, very awkward, and he is a fine catch. He seemed to hit him in the chest, and then he juggled and caught it. Top innings by Azharuddin, and top catch to get him out, albeit maybe a little bit lucky. But India 253 for 6.
That's cleared mid-on, and it's cleared the boundary. Huge hit for Jadeja. He's picked that one up all right. Slater at long on, and he can't get to it, and it's cleared the rope. Slater is now signalling 4. That could well be a boundary. So India have equalled their highest score against Australia in a one-day international, and Australia looking at a chase of 290. Tendulkar, who really squandered a big one in holding out in the outfield for 62, but Azharuddin played beautifully for 94. Well, they're bowling not much to rave about there. Mark Waugh 2 for 38 from 9.
290 to get is a big score.
Mark Waugh starts confidently. Just wide of the gully fieldsman. So both batsmen off the mark quickly. Oh, beautiful shot. Mark Waugh, excellent player off his pads. You see how that ball pulled up. That's another effect that the Jew is going to have. It'll slow the outfield. A lovely shot there from Mark Taylor. That one will reach the boundary all right.
Again, beautifully timed. Lovely balance when he plays the shot.
There's a good conversation the captain's had with Srinath, trying to encourage him to be a bit fuller in length. got the nick off a no ball. Well, lovely timing there from Mark Taylor.
Well, he's picked the spot here beautifully.
Wide of Tendulkar.
Well, again, just what the doctor ordered for the Australians. A boundary coming off the 5th ball.
And a lovely shot. Brilliant shot by Mark Taylor. No slip in at all. And he's just glided that with the pace of the ball. It's 3-0 to continue from the pavilion end to war. 50 partnership for the Australians. Kumble. And a genuine leg break on that occasion, getting the outside edge. Good footwork by Taylor. The full toss, he hasn't been able to place it to the boundary, but an easy 2 to Prasad. And the umpire hasn't moved. Mark Taylor hasn't moved except to open his eyes.
That's out.
So a chance here for a run out at the keeper's end if he hits. And Mongie has appealed and called for the 3rd umpire. And safe.
That's a lovely shot.
It's in the air. Oh, Jadeja got there, did all the difficult work.
When you've got to dive forward in the outfield, just got his hands on it.
Bolden, big wicket for Robin Singh. Very, very big wicket for India.
And particularly when you hit the stumps, just flicking the pads and then onto off stump. Mark Waugh extremely annoyed.
Oh, one more. 2 and 2 balls. Stuart Moultrie very, very unhappy with that. Straight to short mid-wicket. Australia lose the 2nd wicket sensation here at Mohali. Steve Waugh comes in because Australia have just lost Stuart Law. Straight to Mohammad Azharuddin. This is a hat-trick ball. Safely negotiated. Oh, well timed. The secret was in hitting the ball as straight as possible because mid-on was just a bit wide.
It's all about a partnership at this stage. These two experienced players can be there for another 10 overs or so. Anything is possible. And that's 50 for Mark Taylor. It's been a fine innings by the Australian captain. He's been on the lookout for the runs from the very beginning. And he gets a deserved hand, not only from the crowd, but from his dressing room as well. Nicely played away on the onside. He'll push the fielder here for the 2nd and will get it. Good running by Steve Waugh. Again, good running by the Australians. It's a big boundary square of the wicket. In the air and just over the mid-wicket fielder, and it's into the gap too. Long chase here for Kumble. Batsman settled for 2 runs there.
This is a lucky ground for him a 2nd time. Australia produced a very good victory here in the World Cup semi-final. Taylor adding another boundary to the total. And a good change of pace there from Sunil Joshi. He beat Steve Waugh in the flight. That's a very clever piece of bowling. And Steve Waugh was beautifully beaten in the flight. And this is a lovely change of pace there from Joshi, and he left Steve Waugh stranded.
That's a good wicket for India. Desperately needed. 151 for 3.
And a big shout, and Taylor is gone.
Because wickets are absolutely priceless. Now, did that pitch outside, and Australia 155 for 4.
Oh dear, he lost it completely. That was funny, because he was running desperately to the wrong end.
The winner of this game goes in against South Africa in Mumbai on Wednesday.
That's well placed. We'll pick up 2.
We'll try at 40 or 45 and bounce into the keeper's hands.
4 runs. That'll do the Australian need a lot of good. Oh, he smashed that. He positively smashed that through the covers. And you can tell it went for a 4 from the silence around the ground. That's another shot he plays really well. This is starting to be a very, very good over for Australia. Hit it too, better than that. He just crashed that before. What a good over this has been for Australia. 202 for 4, 14 came from that over. Well, the runs really flowing now for Australia. This might just be the period in which the match turns around. But I don't think Prasad's quite going to enjoy that replay, or Mongia for that matter.
That's a lovely shot from Michael Slater. That's the sort of risk that he's prepared to take, but doesn't look all that risky the way Michael Slater does it. Chance at long on. No, it just falls safe. Slater hearing back for the third. That's brilliantly run. Oh, Prasad, brought back to the pavilion end, has done exactly what India need. He's got rid of Michael Bevan. And Venkatesh Prasad has perhaps ensured that this one will be pretty tight.
Australia 241 for 5.
And there is the 50 to Michael Slater. So he's got his nose in front and no one will beat him from here.
This is a run out. Healy's gone. Just what India needed. Another wicket coming. A misunderstanding here between Michael Slater and Ian Healy has in the end led to Healy's dismissal.
Slater goes a long way across his stumps. The pitch is in line, and a good decision by the umpire. 52 from 38 balls, 250 for 7.
Gives him the charge and gloriously played through the covers. This should go all the way to the fence, and this should take a little bit of the pressure. And gets the outside edge this time, but it'll be 4 more runs. 2 boundaries in that over, 262 for 7. And he's bowled him! He's gone through Paul Rifle's defence, Anil Kumble. Paul Rifle was dismissed of the previous delivery. Straight through his defence, heading back that off stump.
What can Gillespie do to Kumble?
Bowled in with his last delivery.
Well, not smartest of shots from Jason Gillespie, 273 for 9. And nearly as important for Sarge able to bowl the penultimate over with some balls at Glenn McGrath.
Edged, and he's beaten the keeper. Long chase for third man, he can't get it. So welcome boundary for the Australians, a hush in the crowd. He gets another single, he'll push the fielder here, and he wants the second. He's going for it and he gets it. Well done, Glenn McGrath. 49 overs gone, 284 for 9 Australia. And he swings, a loud shout for leg before. This could be a run out if he hits. He's done it. India have won. A direct hit from Nayan Mongia, and the Indians have pulled this match out from a situation where at one stage one thought they might just lose it. Good start, 84 for the first wicket between Mark Taylor and Mark Waugh. Taylor went on to play a fine innings of 78. The Indian bowling, they kept their nerve under pressure, in particular Anil Kumble picking up 3 wickets there for 42.
And Sachin, if you'd like to go up there, Mr. Fisher will present you with the New Horizons Australia-India One-Day International Trophy. Titan of the match, who will receive a cheque for 30,000 rupees, and he'll also get a Titan watch to be presented by Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, and the Titan of the match is Mohammad Azharuddin.